Imagine a darkness lurking just beneath our reality, a force older and more alien than human evil. Ancient texts warn of deceivers, wolves in sheep's clothing, and false prophets hiding among us. But what if these warnings are literal? What if beings walk among us, perfectly disguised as humans? The war for Earth began when the great dragon Satan was cast down, not as a beast, but hidden in human form. These draconian reptilians couldn't survive our world, so they engineered a way to wear human bodies, whispering evil into the ears of kings and prophets. They became puppet masters, pulling the strings of history from the shadows. Humanity has been dancing to their tune, unaware of the true enemy among us. Like the film Avatar, where humans control alien bodies, the Draconian Reptilians perfected this infiltration eons ago. They created human-like avatars, hybrids grown from our DNA, jet black to blend in, piloted by reptilian minds. These beings are the original wolves in sheep's clothing, their bodies human, but their spirits alien and predatory. Scripture warns, "Beware of false prophets, in sheep's clothing, but inwardly ravening wolves." These avatars are indistinguishable from us, but their actions reveal a chilling absence of empathy. The great deception began with these perfect masks, allowing a cosmic war to unfold behind familiar faces. The stage was set for the enslavement of an entire planet. Evil hid in plain sight, wearing the skin of humanity. The Draconian Reptilians didn't invade with fire. They descended quietly, forced underground by Earth's hostile environment. Observing humanity, they saw potential for manipulation, but direct warfare was impossible. Their solution: create human vessels to inhabit, using advanced genetic science. They became us, hijacking our form to infiltrate society. This was the genesis of the Avatar program, a cosmic piracy to steal humanity's image. They moved unseen, corrupting leaders and bloodlines, waging a hidden war for the soul of mankind. The invasion was silent, an infestation, not a battle. The first avatars were genetically engineered to blend with early humans. Jet black, living shadows. These bodies were perfect disguises, strong, resilient, and indistinguishable from real people. But they were hollow, soulless vessels, activated only by their reptilian pilots. The psychic connection was seamless, allowing the predator to move undetected among the flock. The sheep's clothing was literal, the human body itself worn by a non-human entity. These avatars scouted, infiltrated, and seized control of key bloodlines and leadership roles. The Draconians became unseen kings and priests, manipulating civilization from the shadows. Their true forms remained hidden deep beneath the earth. The Draconian operator bonded psychically to the avatar before age 3, overwriting the child's soul. From then on, the reptilian mind controlled the body, experiencing life through stolen senses. This explains the inhuman evil in some individuals. They are puppets for cold, alien intelligence. Their bodies are synagogues of Satan, temples housing the spirit of the dragon. When the operator disconnected, the body became dormant, ready for reuse. These avatars were the ultimate Trojan horse, carrying the architects of our enslavement into the heart of humanity. The war was fought not with armies, but through possession and deception. The Bible encodes this cosmic conflict, especially in the story of Noah, Ham, and Canaan. The Draconians, through their avatars, exploited this family rift to create a servant class, Canaan's descendants. By infiltrating Ham's lineage, they engineered a schism, ensuring a group easy to control and sacrifice. The curse on Canaan was a strategic move, making his people scapegoats and shields for the Reptilian agenda. The Canaanites absorbed blame, while the true puppet masters remained hidden. The curse of Ham was the first step in creating the perfect human shield. The Draconians ruled from the shadows, their deception woven into the fabric of history. The curse on Canaan was a genetic manipulation, engineered leprosy, marking the Canaanites with pale skin and yellow hair, as described in Leviticus. This visible affliction set them apart as scapegoats, while the true reptilian manipulators hid in the shadows. The Canaanite tribes were never a unified nation, but a fragmented society, manipulated and used as pawns by reptilian infiltrators. Their culture was engineered as a front, a decaying mask hiding an alien agenda. The Canaanites were the ultimate fall guys, condemned, corrupted, and sacrificed to protect their creators. The Draconian Reptilians infiltrated humanity using biologically engineered avatars and the terrifying art of shape-shifting, perfectly mimicking humans, replacing leaders, and seizing power from the shadows. Their advanced technology, from nanobots to psychic cloaking, let them move undetected, stealing identities and control, tightening their grip on our world with each generation. Sometimes reptilian agents used a crude method, the Edgar suit. Instead of mimicking humans, they hollowed out real bodies, wearing human skin as a grotesque disguise. The disguise decayed quickly, revealing the monster beneath, awkward, unnatural, and horrifying. Beyond flesh, Draconians could also invade minds, turning people into living puppets, fueling fear and despair to feed their insatiable hunger. Perhaps you know the most powerful and insidious method of control was not technological or biological, but psychological. The Draconian Reptilians understood that to control billions of beings, brute force was just, well, inefficient. The most effective prison is one the inmates build themselves, believing it to be a fortress of salvation. They became the architects of religion. By presenting their advanced technology as divine miracles and themselves as gods or messengers from heaven, they could create belief systems that would ensure humanity's willing obedience for millennia. This was the masterstroke of their plan for global domination. They created religions to enforce a rigid social hierarchy, placing themselves or their avatar prophets at the very top as divine rulers. Doctrines were carefully crafted to discourage independent thought and critical inquiry, promoting blind faith over reason. Scientific curiosity that could lead to technologies threatening their control was branded as blasphemy or sacrilege. They became the sole arbiters of reality, explaining away natural phenomena like storms, earthquakes, and celestial events as acts of their divine will. This kept humanity in a state of perpetual childhood, dependent on their gods for knowledge and safety, never realizing they were praying to their own zookeepers. These fabricated religions were also used to manage the human herd. Doctrines could be introduced to control population growth, dictate social behavior, and justify wars that served the Reptilians' strategic goals. The concept of sacrifice was particularly useful. By demanding ritual offerings, they could condition humanity to accept culling. What began as animal sacrifice could easily evolve into human sacrifice, a thinly veiled method for harvesting their food source. The belief in a divine reward or a glorious afterlife made the population compliant, marching willingly to the slaughter, believing it was the highest expression of their faith. This indirect control through belief was far more sustainable than open tyranny. It used humans to police other humans, creating a self-regulating system of enslavement. Religious leaders either deceived true believers or reptilian agents in disguise would enforce the doctrines with zealous conviction. The masses, convinced they were serving a higher purpose, would willingly give up their freedom, their resources, and even their lives. The Reptilians, the great dragons of old, received worship, power, and sustenance, all while remaining hidden behind the holy texts and sacred altars they had created. They did not just control our bodies, they conquered our souls. The Draconians forged religion as their greatest tool of control, appearing as gods, codifying their power and demanding worship to dominate humanity's mind and spirit. Faith became a chain, binding souls, while temples and rituals harvested devotion, fueling their hidden supremacy. Division and holy wars kept humanity blind to its true enemy, masters of divide and conquer, using faith as their weapon. Once the chains of faith were forged, a new world order emerged, an intricate web of laws and governments to control humanity. The reptilian avatars twisted law and governance, redefining humans as assets, not souls. Every law became another brick in our global prison, freedom now a privilege, not a right. Behind the scenes, they control governments, finance and war, feeding on fear and claiming Earth as their prize. Warnings echo through time, etched in ancient scrolls and whispered by prophets. The threat is not distant, it's a present, creeping reality. Wolves in sheep's clothing remain among us, refining their control over centuries, blending into society's shadows. They wear our suits, speak our language, but their hearts beat to the cold rhythm of a distant, alien world. The wolves now lead the sheepfold, and the flock remains unaware, trusting the very shepherds leading them to slaughter. The Bible warns us, "By their fruits ye shall know them." We must judge not by appearances or words, but by the results of their actions. Corrupt systems yield suffering, division, and decay, clear signs of a parasitic influence. Their trail is destruction. Our only defense is discernment. Judge the fruit, not the disguise. We stand at the edge of a great truth. The world is not as it seems. Ancient powers have shaped our reality from the shadows, but knowledge is the first step toward freedom. The time has come to awaken, cast off the chains, and reclaim our world.